Yo, 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 everybody, it's your boy Cool Blue, back at it again with episode 1, part B, here on the channel. Hope everyone's having a good day. Today is March 10th, 2021, and we have a lot to talk about. Alright, we have a lot to talk about. So, a few things to start off the day with is, wow, that game last night. Flyers, Sabres, at the Wells Fargo Center. Alright. Thought it was going to end really ugly the way that it started. Could not believe that we had to watch another game where we pulled Carter Hart out of the net so quickly. It was kind of sad to see. Didn't like seeing it. Don't like seeing it. But in the end, we were able to muscle our way back, fight our way back, and we get the dub. Now, we got it in a shootout, which everyone knows That's that's not where we usually shine. We don't usually shine in the shootouts. But last night we did. Love to see him win. Glad we got the win. Glad we got the 2 points. But um, yeah, oh man, I just hate seeing Carter Hart get pulled from a game. Um, it's been happening more often than I would like it to. I'm sure anyone that is a Flyers fan agrees with me. They don't want to see him getting pulled out. We want Carter Hart to perform at a high level. We expect that to happen. Now I know he's young. I know that he's going to go through a lot of ups and downs throughout his career, and that's okay. It's all part of the learning process. It's tough to see when you've seen him play at such a high level in the past. Now, a lot of these goals that I watch him give up, I don't put it all on him. I can't. I can't sit there and say, and I can't sit here and say that when I watch him perform out on the ice, that his team is giving a good enough effort in front of him all the time. Now, we'll dive a little bit deeper into that subject in a little bit. But so the Flyers, they go down early. They come back. We win 5-4 in the shootout. Like I said, shootouts that's not where we shine. That's not where our game is. That's not the Flyers suck in the shootouts. Plain and simple. My score prediction for last night was a 4-2 win over the Buffalo Sabres. Clearly, that did not happen. So I was wrong about my prediction, but we won the game. So looking at a couple things before we dive into the Carter Hart situation. Our record now is 13-7-3. We are fifth in the division. So let's take a look. So we're fifth in the division. We got the Islanders sitting up at the top in the first spot. They have, let's see, points. 36 points. Islanders have 36 points at number 1. Washington has 34 points at number 2. Pittsburgh has 31 points at number 3. Boston has 30 points sitting at number 4. And the Flyers have 29 points at sitting at number 5. All right. Now, the good thing about the standings, and hopefully we can use this to our advantage, the Islanders, Washington, and Pittsburgh have all played 25 and 26 games. So Islanders have played 26, Washington and Pittsburgh both played 25. We have only played 23, along with Boston. So that's a lot. That's a lot of points that can be made up right there. Now let's see. We are 7 behind the Islanders. I don't even know how many times we've played the Islanders so far this year. Let's take a look at the schedule here. But I feel like we haven't played them that many times. Maybe like 4. I'm not positive on that. I am checking the full roster or the full schedule right now. Let's go. We have played the Islanders twice. There's no way we only played them twice. Okay, yeah, we've only played the Islanders twice. So that's a good thing because we're only 7 points behind them, and we still have, let's see, 3 meetings in March. We have 1 meeting in April, which is random. So we still have 4 more meetings with them, which is potentially 8 points, um, an 8 point swing. So we can still catch the Islanders in the standings. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely going to be hard. Pittsburgh's coming on. Their game's coming on strong. Washington's coming on strong. Boston, we just struggle with Boston. We all know that. Um, so it's going to be a fun month in March and April, and it's going to be a interesting ride to the finish line. But I think the Flyers, uh, they, I don't even want to say they improved yesterday in my eyes because of how bad they looked in the beginning of the game. But um, it does show some positivity when a team can go down early in a game like that and bounce back and come back and win the way that they did. Now, like I said, we will dive back into the Carter Hart situation in just a little bit. Um, but just want to point out, yesterday I used in episode 1, I used the words razzle dazzle in Scott Lawton's game, and he had a very, very nice move getting to the net and passing the puck over um, to Kevin Hayes for the goal. And I just bring that up because Jim Jackson, the Flyers announcer on TV, used the same words, razzle dazzle, for Scott Lawton and his move. So I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was kind of cool. But um, first goal of the Flyers went to JVR with a nice wrister right in front of the net. Nice shot. JVR has been pretty consistent all year with his offensive game. Uh, it's very interesting because when I watched JVR play the last couple years, even when he wasn't on the Flyers, I'm like, man, like there were games where I would see him play, and I'm like, I wish we never traded him, and then I wish we could get him back, and then when we got him back, I was like, oh man, I don't know if he fits our system, I don't know if he fits our game. I just I didn't really know where I stood on it. But this year, I think you'd be a fool to say that he's not one of our best players because statistically he is one of our best players on the team, and it's great to see it. Great to see it. Like I said, Scott Lawton, razzle dazzle, move to the net, passes it over, hits Kevin Hayes, puts it on the stick. Kevin Hayes puts it in the back of the net. Beautiful goal, beautiful setup. That was goal number 2 last night to make it a 3-2 game, which was awesome to see because Kevin Hayes is one of my favorite players on the Flyers, and he's one of the trades that was in question by so many fans, but I stuck up for Kevin Hayes when we traded him, or when we traded for him, and we got him, and I'm glad to see it pay off. Um, Coming in on our third goal of the night was the captain, Claude Giroux. Now, I have been a little harsh on Claude Giroux for a while now, especially during the playoffs last year. And I'll be honest with you, I was a little mad at him. I was a little mad with his performance and his leadership. But we talked about it in last episode. This season hasn't been his best year, but he had to deal with the COVID, so it threw him off his game a little bit. Um, but it seemed like when he came back from COVID, and then after he scored his first goal the other night, well, technically it was his second goal of the year, but his first goal after COVID, um, he just looks sharper. He looks like there's more energy there. There's more effort there. It looks like he's more determined to get this team back on track, and that's what you need out of your captain, especially when you're playing. Actually, now that I have the schedule up, we talked about it yesterday. How many games they have in like one week or something like that. It's crazy, but do do do. Why was that? Yeah, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, Um, 5, 6. Yeah, it's crazy. They have so many games in the month. They have 19 games in 29 days. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games for NHL. So the fact that Claude Giroux is looking like the captain we all know, the captain that we love, the fact that his game is coming around at this particular time says a lot. It's exciting. I'm hoping that it continues on. I would love, like, I sent this message out to some of my friends after he scored his second goal of the year, which was against Pittsburgh, I believe. Yes, it was when we came back from 3-0 and won. Yeah, so it was against Pittsburgh. I said I really hope that we see Giroux just go on a giant point goal streak tear, like a 10 to 15 game point streak tear, and because we all know he's capable of doing it. It just we haven't seen that drive this year yet, but hopefully that's what we're witnessing right now is the start of one of those complete um, point streak tears that we've seen Claude Giroux do in the past. But moving on, that was the third goal. So we had JVR's goal number 1, Hayes goal number 2. Now it's uh, the captain Claude Giroux to tie the game up 3-3. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Leaving the tie for the man Ghost. Ghost ties it at 4-4. Ghost ties the game at 4-4 with a nice ripper from the blue line. Ghost is one of those guys that I've been questioning for a while now. Like where did his game go? Did someone come in and just take it? Did he lose it? Like, does he not care? I mean, I know he cares because he's a professional and he's a great athlete, but it's been a while. It's been a while since we've been able to rely on Ghost to put up points, and he's been putting up points the last couple games. And like I try to be um, real about what we're witnessing on the ice, but at the same time, I try to put my opinion in there as well. And I just want everyone to know I never want to see any Flyer player, anyone in our uniform, um, fail or not do well. I always want to see our players perform at a high level. I always want to see our players um, succeed. But when they're not succeeding and when they're not performing well, I try to figure out why. And I try to throw out the question, I try to question why they're not performing well, because it's it's troubling. It's troubling to see as a fan and someone who invested so much time in watching the games and purchasing their merchandise and going and buying tickets and going to the game. You know, you want to see your team win. So I question it. So I've been questioning Shane Gostisbehere and his play for a while now, but the way that he's playing the last, we'll say, 4 games, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I hope he continues to play this way. This is the Shane Gostisbehere that we saw when he came into the league, and he made a huge impact. And you know, who knows? Who knows? He's an important piece, and we need him. We need him to perform. Um, so yeah, so Ghost rips it from the blue line. Okay, he rips the puck from the blue line. It goes in the net. It's tie 4-4. Now we go to overtime. Now, one of the things about this overtime that I haven't seen in a Flyers game is the opponent trying to waste so much time to tire out our guys to make a play to the net. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad strategy. I'm not saying that they did it on purpose because they know that we're not good in shootouts. To me, in my opinion, it looked like they were trying to get to a shootout because they know that statistically the Flyers are not good in a shootout. Maybe, excuse me, maybe that's their best chance. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but that's what it looked like to me. Now, I don't know if I like that strategy. If the Flyers did it, I don't know if I'd be mad. I mean, if it worked, that'd be cool. But it was a little strange to see. You heard the boo birds in the stands. They wanted to see some action. They didn't like the way that it played out. Now, I don't blame them because I was a little mad too when I was watching it, sitting on my couch. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, we won the shootout. I didn't want to go to the shootout. I even tweeted out last night. I said, hopefully we can end this before we get to a shootout because I know our track record, but that's not how it played out. They actually, Buffalo made a play on the net after our guys were tired, and Farabee stayed out there and tried to make a play down the other end, which was great. Farabee, love his play, love his drive in the game, his attitude in the game. It's great. It's fantastic. Um, but yeah, so we go to the shootout, and I'm thinking to myself, oh gosh, this is another shootout. Um, can we be lucky or good enough to beat Buffalo again? Now, uh, most of the time, I feel like a team is kind of beating you most of the way, and you're like, huh, do we even deserve these points? Do we deserve this win? And a lot of times when you bounce back and you come back and you don't win, you're like, oh well, we didn't really even deserve to win. That game, if you take out the first couple minutes of the game, we deserved to win that game. We played a good game other than the first few minutes, which I know I keep saying we're going to dive back into that, and we will. Um, but going into the shootout, I'm thinking to myself, man, we just last weekend we beat Buffalo twice, shut them out twice, okay, and I'm like, that was great, but then do we get a third win over Buffalo with a comeback win the way that we started out this game? Who knows? We'll see. But guess what? We do. We do. And uh, throw that there. Okay. Yeah, we do. We get it. We get the third win. First goal comes from Coots. Sean Couturier comes down the ice, makes a nice move, puts it in the back of the net. Love to see it. Now he didn't go in real close on his move. I think he made it. I don't remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure he made a little juke, and then little snipe action to the back of the net. Uh, because in overtime he had a chance to put it in the back of the net, and he tried to do a little more razzle dazzle, and was blocked. He was blocked at the closer to the net, and then you got Nolan Patrick stepping up, sealing the deal, getting the second goal in overtime. Love to see it. Now, Nolan Patrick, I'm glad to see Nolan Patrick back this year. It was a little frustrating not having him last year. I think last year, um, you know, obviously he was dealing with some headache syndrome, migraine syndrome, and we didn't have him available. Uh, we also didn't have Lindblom due to his health situation. But having them both back this year is great, and especially in the shootout when you need to put the puck in the net to seal the deal, and you can rely on a young guy like Nolan Patrick. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. So there you have it. We had JVR, Hayes, Claude Giroux, the man they call the Ghost, Coots, and Nolan Patrick all score last night for a 5-4 Flyers comeback win. Whew. All right. So let's dive back into um, the Hart situation. Now, is it time to panic? Because that's the real question. Now, from my perspective, I don't think we're near that time. I think what we need to look at is why and how can we, like, first of all, why are we playing the way we play in front of him? Okay? And how can we improve that? Because when I watch the games and I see complete breakdowns defensively in front of the net. There's always a guy open. There's no I don't know if we're not playing physical enough, and I'm not saying we gotta go out there and start beating people up, but you gotta be able to just stand your ground in front of the net, and you gotta be able to fight off defenders or off of you have to be a defender to fight off the opponent in front of the net so they don't get a clear shot off on our goalie. You know, like I mean, I want Carter Hart to succeed. I want him to have all the confidence in the world. But how do you build on confidence if the guy is? I mean, there's NHL players standing in front of him with open shots. Like, I'm not saying that all the goals that he's letting up are his fault. Because some of them, I'm like, all right, come on, Hart, you also got to step up as well. It's a team effort. But some of them, I'm like, man, I don't see a lot of goalies making those stops. So I don't think it's time to hit the panic button on Hart. I don't. I do think we need to look at our defensive strategies and figure out why we are breaking down when other teams are coming into the zone. They're dumping it in deep. They're getting pucks and they're able to put it right in front of the net and have a guy wide open. That's my big concern. Okay. And I think if we start solving that, we will be able to um, help Hart get his confidence back because the kid needs his confidence. You know, we need to start playing as a team. But with that said, with that said, we also are understanding the importance of having Brian Elliott in net, or not in net. I shouldn't have said in net because um, I like how they rotate them, but I love having both of them on the team. Moose is such a great backup, and he's such a great second goalie, another goalie, alternate goalie, whatever you want to call it. We got Hart, we got Elliott, and it's just great. I love watching both of them play. I just hate watching Hart get pulled. Um, I don't like seeing it. Don't like seeing it at all. Don't like it. Um, so let's take a look here. Take a look. Now, it's also very interesting because Hart was always the home goalie. Like he was a shutdown goalie at home, and he always had great numbers at home. And I know that there's not fans. Well, they're slowly starting to have fans back. Uh, but for the majority of the season so far, there haven't been any fans. So I don't know if that's affecting him. You know, like I don't know if like having the fans there make him play better and help him lock in better. Um, I'm sure it has some sort of an effect on what's going on, but with fans coming back in the building, hopefully that will help. Now, let's see. We have so the Flyers have the Capitals, and then 2 games with the Rangers, and then 3 games with the Islanders. Okay. Now, I don't know who's getting these starts for the Capitals game. I will tell you I will be there on the 11th for the Washington game. I hope that Carter gets one of these starts. I would like to see him get the one on Thursday. I think that one would be a good one to start him. We came off that win. Hopefully we can get him back in net. Maybe get another win, and then let Moose go on Saturday. But with these tight schedules, it's going to be tough. So I was talking to a friend today, and it was about how we run our defensemen and how the last few games we've been running 7 defensemen instead of 8. And I don't really understand. I don't get it. I'm not too sure why we do it, but we have been. So with that said, we have Prove, Ghost, Sanheim, Braun, Hag, Gustafson, Proser, and Myers. Okay. I don't see why we have to constantly change. I don't really understand it. But that's what the coach has been doing. And I trust the coach. I think he was a good hire. I think that he has a good attitude. I think he brings a lot to the team. I think he's a good coach and he fits well in with our team, our players, and our organization and the city, man. It's just a tough city to play in. It's a tough city to coach in. And I think he fits in very well. So I do trust his coaching skills. I do trust his knowledge of the game. I just question it sometimes because, I like to know. I like to know these things, but I'm not always privy to information like that. So actually, to be honest with you, I'm never privy to the information like that. I just, uh, I just I like to bring up conversations so that I can talk about them. Um, but looking at the schedule um, and our opponent for tomorrow's game, which is let's see, so Thursday the 11th, 7 p.m. versus the Washington Capitals. All right, I'll be at the game. Hopefully they get the win. I think we'll get the win. Um, I'm not gonna predict my score just yet. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and make my predictions. Um, but I do think we will win. I think that we will win. I hope that Cart Hart gets the start. Um, After that comeback, I feel like they owe Cart Hart some good gameplay in front of the net. I think we'll see it. Um, I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good about it. And a win against the Capitals. Okay. Now, if we win in regulation, we don't want to go to overtime. We don't want to give the Caps any points. Now, win in regulation. All right. That will put us at 31 points, and we'll hold them to 34. So, and we play them again on Saturday. So, who knows? 4 points against the Caps. That will put us 1 point behind them. So, these games are important. These games are a lot of points are at stake here, and we got to win in regulation. We got to come out strong, and we got to win in regulation. Now, I'm happy that we won against Buffalo, but we gotta play better. We gotta play better. We gotta start better. I'm happy to see that our power play got a goal last night because our power play needs a lot of work. But we got a goal last night, and it was a tying goal of the game to push us into overtime. So I can't complain too much about the power play. They did score last night at least once. It's something. Um, so yes. So thank you for watching this video. Hit the thumbs up button if you like what you see or like what you hear. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. If you're new to the channel, turn on that bell for notifications. You'll be notified anytime I do a live stream or post a video up on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video. Go Flyers.